like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Married to Medicine Season 6, Episode 4. Thank you for tuning in, my Jaybirds. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to call y'all Jaybirds when I say it. So I'm like, should I sing it? Because if you don't know the name for the subscribers on Jay Lee's Corner and anyone who follows me on IG, the name for people who follow Jay Lee's Corner are Jaybirds. So I'm thinking Jaybirds. I don't know. I'll get figured out. Anyway, but thank y'all for tuning in, Jaybirds. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to also hit that notification bell because it lets you know when I have new videos up. You can also like the video, share the video, and be an active Jaybird, which means you watch the different videos. Don't just subscribe and don't come and watch them, child. Come and be active. Gotta be active. Anyway, so this episode picks up right where the last one left off, and the ladies are still beefing. Basically, it's just a whole bunch of mess. Okay, and we see like Mariah and Heavenly for some reason starts arguing. We have it was weird because you seen Heavenly saying if Toya can forgive Mariah for fighting or whatever, they fought first season, if that can be forgiven, anyone should be able to forgive anything. I'm like, but what they got to do with the price of tea in China? Like, I was confused, like, where that came from. And mainly because Heavenly is saying, well, Mariah, because you a whole liar, and like, you a whole liar, okay, all day, every day. And he's like, I'm no liar. I don't lie at all. You lied and said my husband cheated. I'm like, how did y'all get to Mariah calling Damon a cheater? I'm like, I don't know how it got here, whatever. She said, girl, I come with receipts and invoices. Where they at, Mariah? You didn't say it for these couple episodes that you have receipts. I need to see even if you don't have a receipt, show me the proof that you bought something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see nothing besides you saying that you have receipts, but there's no actual receipt that you're showing. I'm like, girl, you don't bring receipts because you ain't brought none. We ain't seen nothing, Mariah. Hush up, girl. Okay? And then, because they're going back and forth, Heavenly say, well, get out my house. And Mariah say, you know what? I'll leave this dirty-ass house before I get thrown out. I'm like, well, the house don't look dirty. I mean, she did drop them crabs on the floor, so she had crabs on the floor. But, I mean, the house don't look dirty. But, whatever. But it was so cool. They was getting along early. Like, it was chill. I'm like, how do y'all go from, like, everything being okay to being a knockdown, drag-out fight? I'm like, it was just stupid. But they bring up how they feel like Heavenly is upset in general because the blow up that she's had with Quad, so she may be taking it out on Mariah. I agree, because it came out of nowhere. It was no reason for her to be so upset with Mariah. Mariah didn't recently say, like, she didn't say today that Dan was cheating on you. I'm like, it just made no sense. Okay, now on the inside, Contessa and Heavenly are talking to Quad. Yes. And when Heavenly is saying, well, I don't get why my battery low. Lord Jesus. Oh my God. And I can't reach my camera. I got 20% left to get done. It's 3:20 in the morning. When when Heavenly is saying, she's just so upset with Mariah for, just saying stuff that's not true. I don't know why she's saying my husband cheated. Girl, leave it alone. And Contessa, like, she's saying things to hurt you, so stop reacting to what she's saying. And I feel like Mariah is doing the same thing that Heavenly does. She's saying something to piss somebody off, but Heavenly don't like it when it's done to her. But I digress. At this point in time, Quad then says, well, I guess everybody's problems are more important than mine. I'm saying what I'm going through. Again, Quad does what Quad does best. bring the conversation back to herself. Heavenly brings up how, it's a lot going on right now, which is kind of crazy. Everyone has some kind of beef with somebody, so, it's just a lot. We then see Quad come out, and her and Simone have a whole little one-on-one conversation. And Simone's like, look, it just feels like that you do not care about us, and that's the crazy part. And with Quad, like, but I feel like me and you are going through the same things. So you would think that we'll bond a little bit. And I love how Simone said, girl, you know what I'm saying? You're true, but the difference is I'm living in it. I'm open about what I'm going through. I'm living my shit out loud. You live your shit in secret. We don't know what you have going on, so you can't expect us to treat you a certain way if we don't know that you need, some whole little protective Michael Jackson type love. Like, we don't know that because you don't tell us anything. And then I like how she said to, like, Quad is talking like they know exactly what's going on. Like, they know whatever. You knew your husband had some kind of situationship with a whole lady at a hotel room. You knew that all last season, and you still, for the most part, had us thinking and believing you were pissed at your husband because he don't take the trash out. You would not let anyone know what was going on. So even though they then know what would happen, you had lived through it and stayed with that man, at least to the outside world, still married to him. And we had no idea, no one, your friends included, did not know what the fuck was going on. So we then see Dr. Jackie walk in. And when she come in, at this point in time, all the women come around to talk with Quad, and it's not just Simone and Quad. And Simone says, I feel like we all need to have respect, and we all need to have a mutual relationship within each other. And then Quad goes, well, I'm sorry, for not making y'all feel like we friends. I'm sorry about that. And they accept her apology. Then she crying. I wake up daily. It's so hard. I can't believe what I'm going through. And Heavenly said the one thing I thought myself to. Then why are you staying? If it's that horrible, why have you stayed in the marriage so long if it's just bad? Like, girl, move on. Like, you can have that same pain and not be in the house with that man. But, you know what I'm saying? She wants the house. Anyway, like, make it make sense. Like, make it make sense, because it does not make sense right now. And Quad, like, what, you won't, I will explain, but you won't let me talk. Okay, you keep talking. I think her thing was, all you saying is, I'm so tired, I'm so hurt, it's so hard, but you're not saying why you still there. Okay, why are you still there? It's like a job. My job pisses me off a lot of times, as I'm sure other people's do. And you stay for the money. You stay because it pays you. And I feel like in one way or the other, Quad is staying because the money that she's going to make once she's fully done, it makes sense for her to stay in it for the time being. But, you know what I'm saying, I digress this a lot. Quad brings up how I need y'all to make me feel like it's a safe place to talk to y'all. Why do I keep burping? It's a safe place to talk with y'all. I don't feel that sometimes. And then Simone says, well, you need to accept. She said, I accept that, but you have to remember, you can't come and pick us up like toys and play with us when you want to. You can't toy with us, okay? You can't say, well, today I like to play with the girls. Pick them up, I'm going to play. And then I'm going to put them back on the shelf for like 2-3 weeks and play with my other friends, my other toys. You can't do that, Quad, and she can't. But, I mean, Quad acts as if, she gets it. But in her confession, she says how, I love them all, but it's going to take some time for me to trust them like I did before. I'm still wondering, why don't she trust them? They haven't done much for her not to trust them. Again, they said, we didn't know what you was going through because you didn't talk about it, girl. We still thought he fucked the trash up. And even once the reunion was over, y'all still was together. What do we know? Girl, bye. Anyway, we see Mariah and Toya meet up, which I was like, okay. Toya brings up how, all these situations we keep having, and if one woman gets disrespectful, I'm gonna get disrespectful right back. So it's the whole thing of, if you, whatever you do to me, I'm gonna do back. If you call me a bitch, you a bitch back. If you call me a hoe, you a hoe back. If you call me and say my husband cheated on me, I'm gonna say your husband is cheating on you too. So a whole little back and forth thing. But she does ask Mariah, like, do you really have receipts on Damon? Yes. Yes, I do. But are they real receipts? Or are they hearsay? And she's like, well, Heavenly quotes hearsay all the time. Those be her receipts. If she can have hearsay, so can I. I mean, hearsay just means someone said this, someone said that, or I can always say someone said, and it can possibly be true, even if it's a bold-faced ass lie. Anyway, which means someone said something, or someone made up something about him, and she's going with it. But whatever. She then say how, you know what, we'll just leave it as hearsay. Just leave it alone. Like, don't even worry about it. Let's not do that. And then they get into the whole Toya and Contessa situation. Mariah just brings up how Toya needs to be a bigger person. It's kind of move past it. Toya is mad. Toya has the most childish issue with Contessa. Toya really up here upset because Contessa told them last season you're up here having a big old party for paying their bills. That's crazy. You're spending money because you did something that you're supposed to do. That's true. That's true. That wasn't shade. It was truth. The whole goddamn truth tree. Okay? Truth will set you free. So that's the fact. That's why she's mad, and that's why it makes it so petty. It just kind of pisses me off. We see Contessa go home with her dad, and she says now that they know for a fact that he has prostate cancer, and how it made her realize how she will not always have him here. So she wants to spend as much time possible with him because, his health is failing or whatever. So, she brings up how she had to let go of all the feelings of him not being there when she was a child because, that can kind of hinder her from being open enough to have him in her life. So when she's talking to him, she's like, when you go to your doctor, just make sure that you call me on the phone so I can hear what they're saying. I can make it make sense. And don't be scared to talk to me or let me know what they said because you're scared about, like, if you want to try something. If you don't want to try treatment, if you don't want to do this or you don't want to do that, like, let me know so I'm just in the loop because you're my dad and I care about you. She then brings up how for her, because he says it's okay. She says for her, as a kid, she can remember both her parents just being sick. Because her mom had cancer in her 20s, her dad had cancer in his 30s. So it's like, when I was growing up, y'all both were just always sick. She's like, and that's honestly a reason why I became a doctor. I wanted to be able to heal y'all. So that's why I became a doctor. She says, I also have always had this fear of myself getting breast cancer, myself getting cancer, and my kids having to be scared about not having me, or my kids always seeing me sick. And she says, so I'm making a preemptive measure, and I'm going to go and have a mastectomy. I'm like, oh, wow. It's the same thing that I think Angelina Jolie did it. It's where you have your breast removed so that it's less likely for you to for you to get breast cancer. I'm like, wow. They showed later, when they showed like on a little preview of the season, how Contessa was getting surgery. And I kept wondering, like, what surgery was she getting? Like, I kept like, what's going on? And I'm like, I never thought it would be her getting a mastectomy to prevent getting breast cancer. I'm like, that's such a real ass. I say it, I think I've said it every week. Married to Medicine is it's the most real reality show that I've seen. And it's crazy. Like, the situation, I'm just like, wow. Like, it shocked me that, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be something that she's going to deal with. And for her to have that fear, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, that's just kind of crazy. So her dad does it, though he will be there for her when she has her surgery. So I'm like, it's, the whole thing. We see Heavenly go to see Dr. K, who I realize is an anger management doctor. I think last time I thought they called him a mind doctor. I'm like, what the fuck is a mind doctor? So today's episode, they say he's an anger management person. He's an anger management doctor. And, so she tells him how, her Mariah got into it. How she told Mariah she was like a low down, dirty bitch and kicked out of her house. And she's like, what, ain't that what you would do if someone lied on you and said your husband was cheating? He's like, well, no, that's not what I would do. That's not how you do things. He said, Jim said, the way you act, he said, the way you act or react is always based on something that you learned as a kid or something from your upbringing, one way or the other. It could be something that you heard people say, it could be something that people did not say, but it's always some kind of reaction from that. He like, so, you know what I'm saying, tell me about your childhood. She brings up how, you know, her mom, you know, wasn't affectionate. Her mom did not say I love you, but she showed love. She brings up how her sister and her have never really gotten along. They're like, you know what I'm saying, just cats and dogs fighting or whatever. She said even from when they were little, she was pretty, but I was smart. And I'm like, so you basically call her dumb. And I'm like, but whatever. She brings up how, you know, at one point when I came here, she would like down on her luck. So she came here. She lived with me in my house, and I caught her talking shit about me behind my back because she was jealous of me. And so I put her ass out, and I ain't talked to her since. And she then says, Mariah reminds me a lot of my sister, which, bam, made sense. The reason she has so much back and forth shit with Mariah is because the same way, and as he said, you are mirroring something that you could not say when you were younger to a family member, or something that you've seen happen, or something that you've seen someone say. And so because Mariah reminds her of her sister, she fights with Mariah like she would fight with her sister, like down low dirty, because she don't like her sister. She don't like her sister, so she don't like Mariah. So she's as mean as she can be to Mariah because she's punishing her sister. I'm like, bitch, that's deep. That's deep. That's, you hate your sister so much that a person you work with reminds you of that sister, so you are always fighting with that person the same way you want to be arguing with and fighting, or the same way you used to do that with a sister who you don't like. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, I was like, that's deep. The doctor good. Oh, he good. Okay, because I'm like, how have we not known that this whole time where I'm already beefing? Anyway, when she brings up how her mother never said that she loved her, but she would show it, and so she kind of knew because she showed me it. He tells her, like, you have some issues, some root issues, and you might need to go home to figure some shit out. Like, you might need to take a whole trip home to, you know what I'm saying, Florida, to get some things together and figure out where all this anger and meanness comes from, because Heavenly is vicious, okay? It's bad with Mariah, and it's because of your fucking sister. You need to be on Ayala fixing that shit. And I would love to see Ayala getting his Heavenly's ass. Oh, I would love it. Oh, baby. Anyway, we see Jackie had an event for Fit is the New It. She has one. This is like the second one she had, and this one, Curtis is actually involved in because again he didn't cheat this season. So we see everyone comes up, comes there. I think Aiden didn't come. Mariah's husband didn't come. We see, of course, Quad's husband didn't come, and we see Daddy Heavenly's husband did not come. But Toya and her husband and contestant her husband was there, and for the most part, contestant was trying to be nice to them. Say, hey, the Toya them gave a little hug or whatever. I'm not gonna be no fake to that bitch. I'm like, Toya, girl, go the fuck up. You giving Detroit a bad name. Anyway, I like how Jackie started off her retreat talking about how, within the past year she has weathered some storms, how things happen, and you always have to be staying strong, and weather those storms. And then she kisses her husband because last year he wasn't here because we had a whole tsunami storm, a whole hurricane storm, a whole storm, baby. And this year he's there with her, helping her, and they're working together. So the whole point of this events is teamwork. So they first have the teams, they basically at Sky Zone, the whole little jump thing, you just like a whole little trampoline shop or whatever. And so they're there for the thing, and they're jumping around and stuff. And the first activity was like dodgeball, and it was like doctors versus the spouses. And the funny part was Scott, who was Dr. Contessa's husband, said, well, she's a doctor, and she's like, yeah, but I'm also a spouse. And I'm like, y'all both doctors, and y'all both a spouse. So one of y'all would have had to play for the other team. The only other couple who are both doctors is Heavenly and her husband, but he wasn't there. So we see they're jumping around playing dodgeball, but honey, when Eugene accidentally threw a ball and knocked Heavenly in the head, she was like, that was my head, ow! He like, my fault, your head was in the way. I'm like, I laughed very, very hard. We then see she switches the teams after that, and it's basically whoever's beefing with each other, their own teams. Everyone's in teams too. She had like Simone and Quad. She had Heavenly and Mariah. She had Contessa and Toya. I don't know why I cannot remember. I think I'm just tired because it's 3:38. But we almost done, people. Anyway, so she has them all on these teams, whatever. It's like the whole thing is teamwork. You know, teamwork makes the dream work. And they're playing like a little thing where they have to jump to the balls and like, you know, get through the foam thing to grab a flag and get back and forth. And the second game was, you know what I'm saying, they're going to be jumping, you know, boingy, 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 and have to throw a ball in a hoop. So I think one game Simone and Quad won, and then one game was Simone, yeah, and then the other game Heavenly and Mariah won. I think that's who won. But what I liked about it was Contessa at one point, when her and Toya became teammates, she went up to Toya and was an adult and said, hey, you know, when I went over you at Heavenly Party, you know what I'm saying, it was me, I was dealing with things with my dad or whatever, it was kind of crazy and it wasn't meant for you, I'm sorry. Toya, old child, is that's like, you know what I'm saying, she don't want to talk about it. I don't want this to be a thing where someone says I brought drama. If you gonna say, you know what, you're right, my bad, I was tripping too. She wasn't trying to discuss nothing. She wasn't trying to, like, she said, when I snapped, I was wrong. Accept their apology and move on. But, you know, of course, Toya can't do that. And I'm like, just say you sorry, Toya. Just say you sorry, Toya, and just move the fuck on. But Toya can't do that because I feel like Toya does not have a storyline. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that with she doesn't. She really does not have a storyline. Whereas, you know, Simone, everyone has one but her. Simone and Cecil trying to fix shit. Jackie and Curtis back on their marriage situation. Quad and her whole thing with, you know, Dr. G. Even with with Heavenly and now this whole thing working the doctor. I feel like Toya realized she don't really have a storyline too much. I feel like she just finds reasons to be for people. But whatever. It was fun seeing the ladies have fun together. For the most part, it was great. You know, we saw the ladies all having fun, you know, on screen. Now, they was shady as fuck in the confessionals. That was shady. But this on screen, you know what I'm saying, even the little awkwardness of being teamed up with someone you don't like, it was still very fun. Okay, and I'm like, hey, that's what it is. We then see Toya invite Contessa to dinner. And Contessa, like, you know, it's cool that you invited me or whatever. So they sit there talking. Toya then says, well, I feel like, you know, over the past year, I feel like something between us has changed. And Contessa's like, really? It's like, was that only on your end? Like, I don't feel it. Well, you know, because we're supposed to be friends. You know, things have just changed. And again, Contessa like, girl, I don't know. We know because last year, the whole comment you made about my house and the party, she's like, oh, girl, like, that's not, you really, that's not, it's an issue. You're making something out of nothing, like, that's nothing to be made into an issue. She brings up how, you know, that's on you. And on my part, I feel like we're fine. And then Toya, like, but you came after me, you came after me last season talking about how, you know, we had a party and we had stupid stuff. And I like how that's the girl, that was not an issue. Like, that's still not, like, that's not an issue. I apologized. You know, at the little fit is the new it thing. We had 10% people. Toya was like, you know, you said this and you said that or whatnot. And Contessa's like, you know, that is nothing. Like, you're making something out of nothing. Like, that's just so little. Like, I have enough going on. Like, I don't care about that. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. It's, you know, it's not important. And I have bigger issues, I'm saying. And you just need fights and conflict. Like, why do you need to always be fighting with someone? Like, I apologize. Like, what's the issue? I said my bad or whatever. Like, what's the thing? And Toya realized that Contessa wasn't for the bullshit. So what did Toya do? She got more upset. I can't believe, really, I'm my girl. Contessa shot her ass down when Contessa then said, hold on 1 second, and started ordering food from the waiter, which shut Toya up because I'm ordering food. And she ordered she ordered food like she was, she ordered a lot of food. It was funny. I like how she did it. Like, girl, what you saying don't even matter that much. I'm gonna order the food. You can wait, because it doesn't even matter. And so when they come back talking, and Tess like, look, I'm not, I'm not trying to fight nobody. I'm not going through all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do it. And again, Toya keeps trying to have an argument. She's like, you know what, Toya, I'm gonna leave. You have a good night. Like, you need to always be fighting someone. That I'm not gonna have that, which makes Toya upset. So as Contessa is walking, as she's nicely walking away from the table, not making no scene, you then hear Toya, whatever, bitch. I'm like, where'd that come from? Like, why you do that? Who said that? Why even do that? And that made Contessa come back. What you not gonna do? What we not gonna do, okay? You not gonna come after me, you know what I'm saying, try to call me names when I'm walking away. You not gonna do that, okay? We're not gonna do that. And then he'll say, you know what? Now I want to leave. I'm like, Toya, you leaving now don't matter. She already left and came back to tell your ass she ain't doing this shit with you, okay? She ain't doing this shit with you, girl. And then she leaves. So Contessa say, well, fuck it. I'm going to sit here and get my goddamn food. Bye, Toya. Toya is so childish. You are literally upset about a truth that you and Eugene have parties for nothing. Y'all waste money for nothing. And while y'all paying off them taxes was a great feat, y'all did not need to rent out no goddamn studio space to have a whole party because you paid your tax bill. Like, that's stupid. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. It was a dumb party. Now, by all means, you have every right to do what you see fit with your money and throw whatever parties you see fit, but you can't then be upset if someone says, why is she having a party because she paid her taxes? Like, you're supposed to do that. The fuck. So again, you holding on to this negative ass situation with Contessa, and it makes you look better, and like you have no other storyline, and you like, I have to pick at straw, so let me keep picking at this one straw. Let me keep picking at it. And I like how Contessa like, girl, I'm not gonna do that with you. I'm just not. And it went off. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I think I'm tired. I think I am sleepy. If I'm not, I'm not. And I know I'm tongue tying myself. Anyway, I'm about to upload this stuff, and I will talk to you guys later. There'll be more reviews up tomorrow. There are so many new shows coming on, so my schedule for reviews has totally changed. This is gonna be the first week of fall shows that I'm doing with me, like doing a lot. So I hope y'all can come along with me. I think it's about 20 shows that I'm doing per week. I don't know where I'm going to have the time, but I'm going to do it. Anyway, thank you, Jay Bird, for tuning in. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.
It's like love, 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 and you.